Good evening, everyone. I would first like to welcome you all to this special evening, the briefing session for the event Samipta. What is Samipta? Samipta is a safe and modern first ideas for the pilot transfer arrangement. This isn't just a competition, but a big step towards the safety and the well-being of the maritime pilots. This is a competition for the student and by the student and for all the maritime pilots all over the world. This couldn't be such possible without the help of all the mentors and the guiding lights of these competitions. Especially a great thank to the speaker for the day, Captain Gajanan Karanjikar sir, presently the working president of IMPA. He has been working hard for the betterment of the maritime pilots and with his experience of a great and long journey in the industry has been contributing to the industry till date. Author of many books, speaker in many webinars, and a guide always ready to help the students are some of the many things we can introduce him as. He worked as a GM, quality assurance, and compliance at Marketer Line. He has been guiding students and marine aspirants and has been an inspiration for all of us. Now I would love to thank also Captain Sundip Shivangi sir, Captain Ashok Advani sir, Captain Ajay Yadav sir to be with us today in this special evening. Okay, so now I would like to Captain Gajanan sir to take over and start the briefing and enlighten everyone with his vision of this competition. Thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Ms. Devarati, for the introduction. I can see 215, that means 200 plus participants have joined this mass briefing on the Samipta competition. Thank you very much. And even all the faculties of all MTIs, you've been a great support to us for this, and I will share my screen now. So we can discuss the briefing of the Samipta competition. It'll take a second or two to come up. My screen visible?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, it'll come. It'll just come up. So Samipta is basically a competition. Now you will understand as I will go through the presentation and the guidance as to how to write this research paper, because the writing research paper is not so complex, but the subject is, an idea of the entire thing is to explain you all as to how one should go about doing research, basically the findings in the industry and things like that. It is all there in the presentation, which I will share with you all. Is the screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the largest single subject research paper competition in the world. There has been some attempts to do a competition on the risk of pilot ladders in the world, but being AMPA, which is working in Indian waters for safety and security of pilots, marine pilots. So we thought that, we will get the ideas from the young minds like you. It is important to tap the young minds. AMPA has been doing this initiative of safety of pilot ladder and safety of pilots in India for quite some time now. It's been almost 2 years since the AMPA has been incepted. So let me share the full screen. Why is it so slow? So this competition is about pilot ladder risk mitigation. So simple things. I mean, I don't know if you not have seen the pilot ladder or not seen the pilot ladder, or some of you must have seen. But since last 1.5 years, we have this pandemic, and the classes are happening online. So it is possible that many of you might have not seen the pilot ladder physically or might have not felt. But that is not the what do you call it, restricting criteria for you to take part in the competition, because you have a sound mind, you have an intellectual brain, and you have a will to make a difference. And on these three things, I think you should be able to do this writing of research paper very well. How to do it is what we're going to explain in this mass briefing. First, as I said, thank you very much for being a part of this competition. This is a tough competition because we have 130 plus entries. That means 130 plus research papers will come. And I also should thank you for being the part of this pilot ladder risk mitigation innovation, because it involves in saving life. You know, at sea, which you'll be joining in 2-3 years' time, as per your year of college now, saving life and precautions taken for saving life is the highest tradition. Everything revolves around saving life and saving damage to the environment. Even SOLAS revolves around, entire safety of life at sea. Because the human life is precious, yes, of course. And you got to understand that every operation not only on the ship, everywhere in life, in fact, there is an element of risk. And a sound mind should understand what is the risk and how to avoid risk. The crossing a road, normal crossing of road, in traffic condition is also a risk. So we look left, then we look right, and then the cross the road, right? Or we wear helmet when we go to workplace. So this is all things you do to basically mitigate the risk of whatever, of injury or whatever it is. Because human life is precious, and risk mitigation is a science. Risk mitigation is not something that it falls out of the blue, and so it calls for a structured thinking. It also calls for a very thought process based solution finding. So this is why the risk mitigation is science. And root causes for death, it's like what is the root cause? I don't know if you guys know root cause. Root cause is any accident take place, like a postmortem. You do a postmortem of a dead body, right? Same thing. So you find the root causes of accidents and incidents and also of deaths. These are the best lessons to be learned you have there, because the root causes tell you as to what are the what are required preventive actions are, what are the corrective actions required, so that the occurrence is not doesn't happen again. So I welcome you all on behalf of AMPA and IMU. IMU is a whole part of the competition, because the competition is the core committee is formed by the IMU's present students. That is why this competition is of students, by students, and for the entire shipping. Because we are going to bring in, you guys are going to bring in a lot of innovations to the risk mitigation measures for pilot ladder safety. As we go ahead, you will definitely get some discouragements, because you're going to start your learning now, and you have a time till 30th June to submit the papers. I'm going to tell you exactly how the process of writing paper is in the next few slides. But before you do that, and before you approach your faculties, before you approach professionals, your friends, your seniors, asking them about the pilot ladder and things like that, you will definitely hear the discouragements of this sort. So please ignore them. And because I told you, you have a sound mind, and you have intellectual brain, and you also have a will to do something different. So you will be told that you have never seen a pilot ladder in your life. You have never climbed a pilot ladder. Do you know who's a pilot? You don't have no practical experience because you are still studying in college. And on innovation part, they'll tell you, have you done anything new in life? And how good are you in studies? And who's guiding you for all these things? And then the best encouragement will come, or discouragement will come, by saying all the best. Go ahead, guys, do it. So just ignore them, because remember one thing, that you don't need to have a domain knowledge to innovate something if you can think out of the box. But you will see in one of the slides I have explained that also. But you need to think practically. You need to think, imagine things with the practicality and practical application. So if somebody discourages you on WhatsApp or in messages on social media and phone about all these things, please ignore them, because innovation is an unrelenting drive to break the status quo. And Pilot Ladder is at a status quo for last 300 years. Mind you, friends, last 300 years, Pilot Ladder hasn't changed. There may be some changes in regulations, changes in securing methodology, changes in something construction, changes in manufacturing processes. But the Pilot Ladder is still being used on board to go on board vessel. And if you want to break that status quo and develop something new, which a very few of you have dared to go. This is innovation for you today, and you're going to learn this. Two things are going to happen in this. See, the Pilot Ladder are causing a lot of accidents worldwide. There is one accident in every port, in India every day. There is one near miss happening every day, and the statistics of IMO and everyone. And after 600 near misses, the fatal accident takes place. Somebody loses life. So on Pilot Ladder, we are losing almost 2 to 3 pilots every year in the world. And it's not an Indian Pilot Ladder, or, the ships are trading everywhere. So the Pilot Ladder is not tied here, or not tied with the crew for the ship which came to India. The ship is going to trade to US next. It's going to trade to any other country like Singapore, Malaysia, anyway. So those pilots also going to be in danger. So two things you're going to do, which I'm very happy about. That you're going to learn, you're going to do your own self-studies, do your research, industry findings, surveys about Pilot Ladder. So you will learn about this instrument thoroughly, and you will know what all the risk involved in the climbing Pilot Ladder. So first of all, the Pilot Ladder on the ship, whichever you go, will be safe. Number one. Number two, since you know about the Pilot Ladder, you will be safe when you climb the Pilot Ladder as a joining crew or a joining cadet, whatever it is. And then when you go on board, when you see something wrong happening to Pilot Ladder is a safety equipment on board vessel, is a part of safety equipment certificate, Form E. So when you go on board, you're also going to ensure that everybody else is serious about the Pilot Ladder. So this is essentially a part of, AMPA's Pilot Ladder safety drive. The entire concept of this Samhita is based on, how do we have pilot boarding the vessel safely. Sometimes Pilot Ladders are not tied properly. Sometimes pilot ladders are not maintained properly. It's basically a rope and a wood thing, with some manufacturing process. But there are many manufacturers in the world, and many where, many places the Pilot Ladder is made. And people are not aware, ship's crews are not aware of how to maintain the Pilot Ladder well. So it is possible that the Pilot Ladder is not maintained well on board. So the concept of the entire competition is to, have safe and, then can we bring in some modernization? Once you know the risk involved in the Pilot Ladder climbing, then can we bring in some innovation in mitigating that risk? A Pilot Ladder is not tied properly. So you can suggest probably a better knot. Can we not bring in some other innovation in that, in securing the Pilot Ladder? So think about it. The sky is the limit for thinking and for researching, because Pilot Ladder safety is paramount. AMPA has done a lot of efforts in this region. They have done a lot of MTIS trainings. I don't know if you guys were part of the, I didn't do it in IMU, the trainings, but of course the trainings were done in other institutes like ARI and, TM, Tolani Marine and all that, Maritime Institute and all that, including MASA of OSBA. So you may have been a part of that, the drive of AMPA, of training cadets and training the junior officers for Pilot Ladder. We also done training for shipping and joining crew. We are looking at, the Pilot Ladder. If you see, the Pilot Ladder is only used in the port, right? So this is a little bigger thing for you to understand, but let me explain to you as to what is the ultimate goal of this competition is. Once you identify the risk involved in Pilot Ladder climbing or boarding or disembarking by using Pilot Ladder, whether it's alongside berth or at pilot boarding ground, it will constitute a hazard. Okay, and once we have that as a safety hazard, then it becomes a workplace safety hazard, because Pilot Ladders are used in ports. So port becomes a workplace, and this becomes a workplace safety hazard. Unfortunately, we don't have this kind of regulation in India so far. We have the regulation of workplace safety hazard in Australia, in UK, in US, but we don't have it because the port, although the port is a workplace, the factory laws don't apply there. So AMPA's another, approach to Ministry and Ministry of Law and Justice is to place pilot ladder as a workplace safety hazard, which also will be a result of this competition. So that is a bigger aim. So you must have something like, short-term goals, long-term goals, and a very long-term goals and ambitional aims in life. So AMPA has defined all this for the next 10 years. And this is also an exercise to put the pilot ladder in that workplace safety hazard category. As already told to you, this competition of students, by students, and for the students. Objectives are simple. You must have read this in the brochure, but just to reiterate, you have to establish the fact that in researches, which I will tell you how to go about it. The pilot ladder constitutes a potential safety hazard. Climbing a pilot ladder is hazardous, so you need to have a safety gear, you need to have a safety procedure, you need to have proper equipment, you need to have a certified equipment, you need to have a properly manufactured and attended equipment. So when you have all these things, then only you can have a potential safety hazard eliminated, frankly. Then in this, as one of the objectives of this thing, you will also list out risk, as you will study them, as you will search about the pilot ladder. A lot of sites I have shown in this presentation also. I will share the presentation with everybody and all FTIs, so you all can go through this presentation again with the team and find out more things. So you will list out them, list the risks out, understand the risk of pilot transfer arrangement, and also then find out the feasible measures to mitigate the risk. And then physical measures are the measures which are being used now. Tying up ladder by the rope, people are using shackles. The typical, different type of wood is used, the rope is used. You can see one ladder there. This is also another trapdoor kind of arrangement there, with attached to the gangway. So can you suggest something innovative to this? What all can be the issues with the pilot ladder climbing? There could not be no light. There could be a slippery surface. There could be 110 things. Risks are already there. I can see myself. I can see, but I cannot think beyond because I am an experienced sailor. So I am pressurized. So I want somebody to think, with a fresh mind. Why can't we have, instead of wood, why can't we have something, some other material which will never slip off? Something like that. You could also propose a new design to board the vessel. There could be umpteen number of options we have. Recently, one video of jet suits, which is going on board, going in WhatsApp, which has been manufactured for the military operations in Netherlands. So can we do away with this stupid ladder? Can we not have? We are so technologically advanced now. We are going to the moon. We are sending the vehicles to the Mars. We can't just send somebody 20 meters up from the sea level to the ship's deck by using some of the equipment, some of the design, some other technological advanced measures. So this is what it is. We have Industry 4.0 revolution at the moment going on. You can make use of that. You are the millennial kids, so to say. Not so to say you are the millennial kids. So you are born in the era of Industry 4.0 with all AI and machine learning, deep learning. The sky is the limit to think, and you guys are the pioneers in that. So think about this. Some of the brains in your classes can really come out with some solutions. So basically, if you see a research writing process, is very simple. I told you the process could be simple, but subject a little complex. That's why this briefing is required. Because your research papers, whatever 130, 140 research papers will come to us now. And all those papers will go to the international judges for evaluation. So we are also worried, not in the sense worried, but cautious about the quality of these papers to be very nice. Because again, you all are representing India, or Indian MTI, Indian college, Indian training system, Indian maritime training system. So you got to be more careful about what we write, how we write, and this is why the attempt of teaching you all. You must have written some technical papers before in college. I have seen many competitions happening in the MTIs in India as well. But this is the first time some research paper competition is happening. So I'm trying to explain you as to how the things are to be done. You have to get the subject clarification first. Time management is very important. You have only 1 month. You can't keep reading loads and loads of the literature and waste time in this. A disadvantage is that you don't have a physical contact with a team of 3 people, 2 speakers, 1 researcher. You don't have that kind of cohesive environment due to pandemic. I'm sorry about this, but then we got to find ways. You got to find ways of, you can meet on Zoom, Google, WhatsApp, and discuss things. The topic selection is very important. Now there are many risks involved in this, pilot ladder climbing. You can't write about all the risks. Okay, I mean you can tabulate them. You can categorize them, classify them. But when innovating, you take off one particular risk you want to mitigate. If there's a risk, I will give you an example in the end as an example, but I don't want to give now. It will break the charm of it. So all those risks, what you've written down, just brainstorm on one risk. How do we break this risk by bringing in innovation? There could be sky's the limit to the technology today. Then once you have identified that risk, then based on that topic, based on that risk, you do industry research. What is industry research? Our industry is a very small industry. Shipping industry is not big. Though we carry 90% of the goods in all of the world, and 70% of the earth is water and oceans. Still our world is very small, and we are still not so developed as aviation and things like that. So we are poor on the industry data yet, but still you will find lot of papers, lot of reports, lot of accident reports on the net, which you are required to read through and understand as to what is the industry doing about it, when it started, how the accidents are happening, what is the root causes of accidents. Thereafter, select resources as I told you. You can also survey. I'm very happy to tell you now that some of the cadets, after we floated this competition, some of the cadets wrote to the other countries, and asking them over the data of pilot ladder accidents. That's very good. So this is what it is. You have to do surveys. You can generate a Google Form survey to your colleagues, to your friends, to the other people, professionals in the industry, and ask their opinion on this. So all this is required. Then focus on a risk topic. Read articles and websites. I mean, those websites are given there. Then you have got to do a preliminary writing, just an outline writing of as to what are the contents are going to be in your paper. You're going to have a draft paper writing, read again, write, revise paper. You got to go through this cycle of writing, rewriting, reading, using the marine vocabulary. I'll also explain you what are the schemes of marks are, which all points will be considered while giving the evaluation marks to you all. Because out of 135 papers, only 10 to select will be a really close margin. If the margin is so close, then we will increase the number of top papers. Because all those top papers will get to present in front of international crowd in the end. So I want maximum cadets to present, maximum teams to present, for a simple reason that we are showcasing our talent to the world. That is also another important thing. So this some of the points which I explained to you are also explained here. Read the pilot ladder accident report, analyze the root causes given. You will not be able to understand the entire vocabulary and entire thing in that, but you will definitely be able to understand if there is some mistake somewhere. That's why the accident has happened. Okay, and how do I change that? In this photograph, you see one ladder step is broken down below. So there is some reason for a ladder to break. There's a rope which is back on bad, and knot which has come out, or the fastening device which has come out, or the rubber itself was bad. So for this you don't require a technical know-how or to climb a ladder. That's what my point is. But then what is the solution that you got to think, and that you got to really read about and think, and take the advice from your faculties and professionals. Okay, out of box thinking is what I'm looking at from you guys. That's very important. And again, as I said, can the alternative to climbing the ladder can be thought about? We said this before, but just pre-writing, rewriting, and post-writing. These are 3 basic elements of writing any research paper process. So you got to go through this. Pre-writing, I mean, you can once I mean, all team members write this. You can again revisit and, probably some of the text. You can take the help of your faculty or take the help of your, I mean, not in innovating the things, but of course in understanding as to, whether your vocabulary is correct or, things like that. So risk selection topic, as I told you, you got to ask these questions: who, what, where, when, why. And these 5 why questions after the who, where, what, where, when will get to the root cause, of any problem. I mean, root cause is not only required for the shipping. It's for any industrial accident, any accident at home, everywhere. I mean, civil, military, the root cause has to be found out to understand, to learn lesson from it. So, this is where it is. And, so you got to understand as to what are the causes, what are the consequences, what are the essential functions, understand the definitions when you go to the root cause. Go to the history of the problem, which is all available. The information is plentifully available, and actually it's an information overload, but not from Indian side, as of course from the abroad, from the other countries, developed countries side. A lot of information available. And what is the present status? What is being done about it now? How is the risk mitigated now? And thereafter, what case can be made against it? I mean, what case, essentially, what innovation can be made against it? How did it happen? Things like that. So you got to have a structured, thinking in topic selection. You can have these kind of, brainstorming strategies with your friends, with your team members, with your professors. You can even visit your professional friends or seniors and think about, discussing and brainstorming the risk mitigation, discussing root causes again, you know, because why I'm telling you to do this again and again, because it is not possible for you to comprehend the root cause. By reading one paragraph of a root cause of an accident, you will not be able to comprehend as to what exactly has happened. I mean, I have been through a stage of cadetship, so I know very well where I stood at that point in time. But you guys are ahead of us by 30 years. So in technology, I'm saying, I mean, behind is ahead in technology. So you guys are ahead of us in by 30 years. So you got more understanding of the topic. So you can think out of box and innovate the measures. You can also borrow the solutions from other industry. I mean, the ladder is not something only used in the shipping, right? Ladders are used everywhere. Ladders are used by military. Ladders are used by naval ships. Ladders are also used by the building contractors. Ladders also be used by the tower contractors. So everywhere it is being used. So you can borrow the technique from other industries. And other industries have better innovation happening. So you can think about it. I mean, there's a lot of these are the websites. There's a website of MAB, Marine Accident Information Bureau, which comes out with the MAB reports, which are the accident reports in all accidents happening in the world reported to them, and they all come out with the kind of risk analysis plus the root cause analysis in that and lessons learned and all that. A lot of learning about pilot ladder. As I told you, very important. You don't read the whole ocean. It is not possible for you to complete in one month's time. It will require 5 years PhD. So once you focus on a risk topic, we want to mitigate taking risk, or we want to mitigate the risk of ladder quality, or if you want to mitigate the risk of slippery surfaces. Once you zero down onto a topic, then you can go to these sites, choose on selective words, reports, and read them, collate them, write notes, highlight, whatever you can do. The Japanese site also very good of BARREP. There are a lot of other sites are given here. You can, the IMO also has got a lot of casualties, because you will need definitely a statistics, in this kind of a research report. And the idea of having a research kind of paper is for you to go into the market and find out the information yourself. So it's more of a self-study first, innovation later. Awareness first, and then mitigation and understanding, mitigation and innovation, in that kind of a sequence that we fall into. Sea Captain website also is very good for marine sites, marine accident. There is a Dangerous Ladder Facebook page, which has got umpteen number of photographs of pilot ladder. A lot of comments. I mean, if you're really good in reading between the lines, reading the comments of people, which you all do on Facebook post, as to, somebody writes happy birthday, we write who all has liked this post and who all has read what comments who has written and what is the relationship between them. So read those comments, analyze things. There's a lot of learning happening there. IMPA is an International Maritime Pilot Association. They have got a website and they have got a lot of information about Pilot Ladder because they are a seat in IMO and it's one of the top, organizations of pilots today. And they have AMPA, our association has got a YouTube channel where we have got, Pilot Ki Baat, 8th episode now. So you can, hear all those stalwarts talking about Pilot Ladder, pilot transfer and things like that. You will learn the vocabulary as well as you will definitely get some ideas from these guys. IMPA is a European association, MP is Australian. This one thing you must, this one thing you must keep it very close to your heart. Entire your shipping life is a confidential reporting program for aviation and maritime. There's only one organization in the world called CHIRP, which is confidential reporting program for aviation and maritime, and they come out with a fantastic, annual journals and quarterly magazines, which has got a lot of reports on Pilot Ladder, and the all reports are confidential, so you'll not find the ship's name there. But the discussions happening there are great. They are all done by the stalwarts in the industry, so you will definitely, have a very good takeaway there. Then once you do, you can, as I told you, you can also do a survey, a kind of, with your friends and colleagues and other professional friends and seniors, and try to make out, as to what findings they tell you in the survey. Ask pertinent questions. I mean, this is also very important exercise to learn to ask pertinent questions. Learn to ask very short, concise, precise questions to get the required answers. So for that you'll have to read abstracts. You got to work on your headings, subheadings, and all that. So of course those statistics and graphs will also help you in getting these things done. Summary and introductory paragraphs are very important. Skim body is very important. So these are the, I'll share this PPT also with you. Also, you can, brainstorm among your team as well. See, as I told you, we are again discussing this because there are many risks involved in Pilot Ladder. So every team must focus on one. I mean, there can be 10 teams focusing on one subject, but one team should focus on one subject, one risk, and try to mitigate that with a lot of innovation, a lot of measures which can be brought in. Read once and read right. So this is a cycle which goes on for writing any research paper. So you have to develop a small system among yourself of underlining, marking, paraphrasing when you read stuff, and when you make it more meaningful, in the paper, because there are only 3,000 words for the main paper and 100 words for the abstract. So you got to be really precise. You can't be, really going overboard with writing. 3,000 words is just five pages, I believe, 5 or 6 pages maximum. So 5-6 pages is quite a lot. I mean, it's a quite a lot for a single root cause, but to write all the root causes, I think 20 papers will not be enough. So this is about the fonts and sizes. I mean, this is normal for any research paper. This is nothing great about it. If you have written the technical paper, research paper, you will definitely know this. MS Word, UK English, A4 format. I will share this entire slide. I'll also put it on the WhatsApp group of yours, so you can be reminded about it. Why are we doing this? Because when the judges look at your papers, they should see the all papers uniform. It's like why all the children wear uniform in school, because then everybody is same. Nobody is discriminated. So we don't want your paper to be discriminated on the counts of the beautiful font used and things like that. So there's a specific format about the figures and tables also, because you need to put a lot of figures and tables, statistics, because you'll have to you'll have to only not list out the risk, must categorize them, classify them. So all these things will come in that. Draft writing, as we have said in the introduction slide, it is the same as that. Once you basically see, the main important point here is the maritime key terms. So because we are writing a maritime paper, we are writing a paper or Pilot Ladder. So I would definitely like you all to learn the maritime vocabulary, make it strong, and use it. So that's very important. From the study point of view, and also point of view of discussions of threats and etc. Okay. So integrate the information from sources as you draft, because that is very important. And parenthetical citations are required for all the information that you use from other sites and other things. So this is a very important point which you must remember. Move from point to point rather than from author to author. So if you think about a particular risk in Pilot Ladder and think of mitigating it, then see its application in the other industries, see the how many accidents have happened due to this risk, and how fatal they are, how they are classified, and things like that. So discuss the point than discussing because I mean, if you go to the entire IMPA site, the IMPA will have various reports on pilot ladder, on various accidents which have happened. Okay, integrating resources is also one of the very important thing. Citations and where you're getting the information from. Because if you are putting some data, the judges will definitely require that data to be authenticated. You can't just get other. I mean, can't just give any figures and numbers as you feel like. Okay, revision checklist, only 9 points. So rewrite the assignment. See, I mean, you're basically a subject. Underline your findings. Read aloud is one of the very important points. To each team member, and label the topics and paragraph. Then revise main ideas, consider clarity and relevance. Then you can revise details also. Again, clarity consideration is very important. Check for cohesion whether the points are correct. Documentation format, as we already told you, that's very important. Check grammar, punctuation, word choice. Maritime vocabulary is very important because one of the main points for the judges to see that the paper is written with use of maritime vocabulary. And spellings, of course, you always have the tools for spell check these days. Okay. Now the paper has to be submitted in the PDF format. Okay, that's very important. Your paper will not have your name or your college name. Also in the main body, as per my college's instructions, I mean all those board examination kind of things. You guys have given 10th and 12th board, and that's why I come here. So that's why you are coming here. So you will assign a unique code to each team, which we will assign onto your paper. But when you submit a paper, you submit a paper in PDF format. It can have diagrams, it can have photographs, it can have tables, whatever it is you like to explain situation. So I'm not giving you a complete format. This is a summary, and this is the main body, and second paragraph, and fourth paragraph. No, that's again up to you how to, because every concept, every risk will have a different mitigation measure. Every risk will have a different thinking pattern. So I don't want to take that thinking pattern of yours, giving you a military kind of a regime to write a paper. I mean, this is not a law school, but I would definitely would like you to imagine a format yourself as to how best to put this idea across, and bring in practicality, bring in safety in that, bring in feasibility in that. You could suggest any idea of going to Mars, but how feasible it is for the shipping. So you got to think about all these things. So, but you will write there's 3 people with one team, so you will write a brief profile in the end at the attached to it. With that paper we will remove from, I mean, while we converting again to PDF, we will remove that sheet, but we will know, and based on that profile and the names, we will assign the code to your paper, because we want to be very fair. 135 papers to really collate and do the kind of evaluation is not simple. It's not easy for the judges also. So we are worried about that part also. We don't want to overburden them. And we are here to make the names of Indian MTIs and Indian maritime training system. So we want to see that the papers are given properly. So no college, no faculty name should be not your name should be mentioned in the paper body. That's one of the very important instructions. You can take help from professors, faculties, professional pilots. If you really need somebody, or your faculty calls us and tells us if you want to know something more about it, we can always arrange a small briefing for your college. From a pilot perspective, you want to ask him some questions, 30, 40 minutes. Any pilot can be part of the process to explain you, to train you guys. You can take the help of writing experts, content tutors and all that. You can use it's all available on the Google now. The pandemic, you will not be able to meet personally people and all that, but okay, you can use all these things, but the quality of paper has to be really good. Okay. Then you can also go through the models of other research papers as to how they have been written. How about the risk mitigation? So this is a different subject altogether. This first time is being discussed in such a mass writing exercise, pilot ladder and maritime, both. So this is the kind of as I told you, a thought idea I will put across to you. After this slide, there are 2-3 slides more, and then we'll open the floor for question answers. You can ask me the question, I mean, the boys are there, moderators are there to moderate the questions. But you see, the pilot transfer is a process. From the pilot leaves from the jetty, goes into the boat, and the boat goes to the ship, and he climbs the pilot ladder, right? So the pilot ladder is one of the elements, so of risk in that. Okay, there are many other elements also. So I've just given you a kind of a small gist here as to what all things are needed to be innovated in this. The process of securing, process of boarding, process of manufacturing pilot ladder itself is a element. Okay, the equipment itself, the pilot ladder, the combination ladder, there's gangway, design issues. The boats are there, also equipments used in pilot transfer. So you can suggest innovations on that as well. The persons, pilot board crew, their training, their requirement, their physical fitnesses, their, I mean, the competition is about pilot transfer risk mitigation. Pilot ladder is in the focus, being low hanging fruit, but you can also touch upon the other points as well. So assessment of risk in all above is required. Mitigation by innovation, new design, and most important point is feasibility. Don't suggest something which is not feasible, which is not correct, which cannot be used, which does not have a safety angle of the ship operators in that. You're going to be one of the ship operators after 2-3 years when you go on board. You're going to be part of the ship's crew when you go on board. So you will definitely need to see that angle. Imagine that angle. Is it possible? Like somebody recently, suggested some kind of a measures to the combination ladder, combination gangway platform, and that piece of the iron was 250 kilos. Now then, when somebody suggested, and when they actually manufactured it, they realized how will it be handled by the crew on board? That place only 2 people can stand. 250 kilos to pick up for 2 people is not possible. So feasibility is very important. You could put the pilot by even by any measures on board vessel, but will it work? Will it work in the environment? That's very important. Artificial intelligence and machine learning kind of measures also can be used. We have a special prize for it, and the prize has been given. You will be surprised to know there's a top pilot ladder manufacturer in the world today, PTR Holland, and PTR Holland they only manufacture pilot ladders, okay, and supply to the all of the world. And their pilot ladders are expensive. The pilot ladders are best, and the pilot ladders are these are samples in the world. But those have said, I mean, those people have said, we will sponsor the industry. Any measures come out from industry 4.0 measures, we will sponsor the prize for that. So in case you have an innovative idea in mitigating the risk, you can also make a model video. You can make a physical model, take a video of that. In case we are going to have a presentation by August somewhere, so in case by the time pandemic is not there, then in case you meet physically, the models can be brought across. We will announce all these things around July end. But idea is to whatever is required to express your idea. And for an innovative idea, then you can make those kind of things. Like, somebody other called me, if we can make a model of something. I said, yeah, why not? I mean, go ahead. You can make a model of it and, and probably, and fly yourself. I mean, you come here. So idea is not to stop that, from presenting. Okay. So once you submit this PDF format paper, and once the judges have evaluated, once we get depending upon the evaluation marks, we get the first 15 papers skimmed up, and those will be called, those teams will be called either online or offline presentation. But for that presentation, you will get 15 days time extra. For that, you can make a PPT kind of a thing, so you don't have to show the entire paper to the judges. But the exactly same thing has to be there in the PPT as to what you have written in the paper. You cannot change that. I mean, you have written something else there, and now more 15 days time you have noted something else. It shouldn't be that way. So the same thing what you got the marks for, same thing you can convert it to a PPT, and 2 speakers for 7.5 minutes will speak. This is what it is here. So submission of format is, as I told you already, abstract is there for 100 words. Abstract needs to be very crisp, and it should hold. It has got some marks. Okay, by the way. So abstract needs to be very crisp, and you must give an entire gist. Abstract has marks because you need to learn how to write a 10-page report into a half-page report. Okay, that is why this learning is there. Nobody is going to read the abstract and throw your paper. It's not going to happen. Judges will definitely, judges have spent 20 to 25 years in pilot ladder innovations and pilot ladder risk mitigation and finding new ways. So they are more than happy to participate and hear young minds. So the abstract is only for understanding as to what is there in the paper and how have you summarized it well. Okay. So research paper is maximum 3,000 words and you can use tabulated propositions, risk, hazards, solutions, mitigation measures, or whatever you need to use in that. The format is fully yours. Diagrams, photographs, drawings. The sky is the limit. Okay, and I told you out of all 10 papers we selected, then the presentation is time is 15 minutes in the end for the top 10 papers, and we will declare runner up and winner up by the set of judges, and one prize is reserved for the industry 4.0 measures. Don't write your name, institute name in the paper body. I'm again saying this because if you find this, the paper will be cancelled. We will not let the paper go to judges. So be very careful on that part. We will assign the unique code to your paper. Somebody wrote to me this. When I was discussing with, I will tell you his name in the end. Being a part of the global pilot think tank now, and also the Indian pilots have taken a lot of interest, and also of course outside pilots take a lot of interest. Somebody wrote to me in the email. I didn't want to give a gist to you, so I just copied that thing and pasted it here. Read it yourself. I will share this also the slide. But the new ideas also need to take into account the safety and of the ship's crew. The crew members have died, unrigging pilot ladders. So there is not only pilot dying. Remember, guys, also crew members, they die while rigging pilot ladders. They have limited time and resources. See what all things you have to consider. Innovation is fine, but then you have to also consider something, which is of the feasibility, operational feasibility of this. The system needs to be safe for them too. As I told you, 250 kilos example just now. So any system you suggest has to be safe enough for the operators as well. Because you're going to be one of them one fine day, and somebody else will in AC cabin innovate things for you all. So be considerate. And again, it needs to be easy and efficient. It has got all the qualities of a paper which is there. May not be possible to have all things. People definitely have resistance towards easy and efficiency. See, again, if one of the biggest problem now is the lack of knowledge and care, we should not be hesitant to solve that by introducing something that needs more knowledge and care. Very important. So I given the name to this as Pearls of Wisdom. I mean, I have realized this after a very long time at sea. So because being a superintendent for 10 years at sea, so I mean ashore. So when we send instructions to the ships, we don't consider all these things. So this is a very good line of learning. So learn this, consider this when you suggest something innovative. These are the evaluation points. Abstract paper has got marked. Concept, very important. Proper depth and clarification of concept is required. As I explained to you in the entire presentation now, as to what all to focus on, what is the risk focus area and all that. Paper layout, divided in proper sections, tabulations, diagrams, photographs, whatever it is, that is all is needed very much. Innovation in ideas has got separate marks. Industry research, feasibility and figures. The facts and figures also we have some marks in that. Teamwork as mark, So I don't know. I mean, you have to display teamwork as well in the paper writing as to as to how you went about finding things in the market. Whether you use some Google things, then those Google form results are required. Terminology, as I told you, maritime vocabulary is very important. So that is So I want all the papers. I want the job to be so tough for the judges. 135 papers to be excellent. I want all 135 ideas to come out, speak and span. I mean, of course, your faculty and MTIs would also want that. I'm sure about it. So rewards, point of it. So yes, we are going to give a certificate of participation to all of you who are participating in this webinar. I mean, everybody gets it. Everybody becomes a pilot ladder ambassador for lifetime. So you will be the person who will take care of the pilot ladder safety lifetime, and you will be given a small badge for that as well. So you can wear it on your boiler suit and say, I'm a pilot ladder safety ambassador. That's the idea. So you will become very cautious and, become very uh, alert about the pilot ladder and pilot boardings. Then we are going to go mementos to all participant MTIs for the first 10 papers, because those are papers which are going to excel. 10 papers, 15 papers, depending upon how the evaluation takes place. If the margin is too less in the top marks, then maybe 15 papers. But we will see. We will not do any injustice to anyone as to, you're not going to lose the presentation opportunity by 1 mark. I mean, this is not IIT exam, okay? And then top 10 toppers will get the certificate of appreciation. And of course, winners and runner-up will get the certificate of excellence. UG category is there and PG category is there. I was expecting a lot of entries in PG, and exactly the number of entries which have come have strengthened my position as to why I went to the young minds, cadets, and people who have not even seen pilot ladder. Forget climbing pilot ladder. To them, because the UG category has the people who have been on board, like PG category, they have done the cadetship for 1 ship, 2 ships. Now they don't want to invent, so we only have 4 or 5 entries of PG categories so far. But we have maximum UG because you guys are concerned. I know you guys are jumping into something which you don't know, which is very good. So don't get discouraged by that first slide. If any of your colleagues, friends tell you that kind of the same. These are the prices we have. We also going to give a trophy to the team, which can be kept in the college or can be rotated among yourself. Then a special prize of 5,000 rupees for a paper considering industry 4.0 measures. Now, what is that? That you got to figure it out. Thank you very much. Somebody said this to me as well other day. That when these guys have no practical experience, how will they do it? Thomas Alva Edison, you must be knowing. When he failed, thousandth time, or 999 time of making a bulb, and then somebody asked him this question, and then he says, he said, "Who told you I failed for 999 times?" The making a bulb was a process which involved, 999 steps, and 1,000 steps, it became a bulb. So value of an idea, any idea you might have, the value of that idea lies in using it. And I showed you that Pearls of Wisdom slide. How to use that idea, what all factors to consider that you have seen, that you have read. I will share this PPT with your college as well as with you on the WhatsApp group also. So you can, very well look at it again. In case you have any questions, you can always ask. You can ask questions to the core team also on the WhatsApp. I mean, so idea is to, flare your young mind, get the brain working and get the ideas out for the betterment of shipping. So if any questions are there, guys, we can have the questions.
Yes, sir. So the first question is by Jairam. He was asking, do you board a pilot in rough or heavy weather also? If it is that case, what should be done?
See, the pilots board at the confluence of sea, ocean, or the port, right? When the port starts somewhere around 11, 12, 10, depending on the port border, nautical miles from the coast. So that water is also very deep. So it is possible many a times in many of the ports, due to the weather, season, you call it due to the, like this typhoons and this thing, or the rough weather, the pilot do board in rough weather. Pilot does board the vessel at that point in a very dynamic condition. And that is why the pilot ladder is there, because the pilot ladder then was seen as a very flexible thing. If you go 300 years back, and if you really Google and see how the when we started pilotage first in Calcutta, this pilot was done by the expat people. Those ladders were there with the round steps, they were very dangerous. They were so slippery prone ladders and ladder steps. People had fallen from them. So this up to this now innovations have come in pilot ladder, because in that dynamic condition, no gangway or a fixed structure or a mechanical pilot hoist and things like that will work. So that is why the accidents are happening. That is why we need to see whether we can all together let the pilot ladder be disappear from the scene, and pilot can now in Australia pilot boards for helicopter, but then helicopter also has got its plus points and negative points and minus points, so with terms of expenses, with terms of operational costs, with terms of the operational expertise, and with terms of the wind kind of pattern on the coast. So of course, that is why you need to have a innovation in the pilot ladder, because in that rough weather, even boarding by any fixed structure is difficult. Even boarding by pilot ladder is difficult. Because pilot board also is involved in that. Okay.
So the next question is by Rubesh. He's asking whether these papers are about to be published with some ISBN number, or as a publication somewhere.
Very good idea. Very good thought. We haven't thought about it, but of course, AMPA has a journal which comes out every month. But we are going to host these papers. The select few papers on our website as well, on the AMPA journal, and to some international magazines. We also have a Indian press which is very very good and very proactive. Some of them are already here covering this event. I'm very thankful to them, because they are the support of this innovative ideas which come to the AMPA's mind. So definitely we will definitely try to publish these papers. ISBN number, I really don't know whether we have to register for it, but it's a good idea, good thought. Let me think about it.
The next question is by Shikhar. He's asking, is it compulsory to include Industry 4.0 innovation, or we can deviate from it?
It is not compulsory, but since you guys are millennial kids, it should be mandatory for you all. No, it's not compulsory. You can do away with that. You can even come out with a very contemporary solution which nobody has thought. See, you must be about 20, 22-year-old. Not all the Industry 4.0 solutions are the best. Okay. Most of the times we go back to the contemporary solutions, and most of the time conventional solutions we go back to, and they have proven to be long lasting. Like washing hands is not coming corona. Washing hands has been a tradition of Indians a very, very long back. It goes 1,000 years back. So not always the Industry 4.0 solutions are the best. So you can do away with that if it is not applicable.
So the next question is by Ronak. He's asking, what is the speed range of the ship on which a pilot is boarding?
Depends upon port to port, but pilot boarding speed universally, which I have seen at least, is 6 knots, 6 to 7 knots, not more than that. Because the pilot boards are in some part of the world are not so speed boards, not so speedy. So 6 to 7 knots is the pilot boarding speed. That's why it's dynamic situation. When the ship is moving at 6 knot, pilot board approaches, and at that point in time, pilot literally jumps onto the sea. I will share one beautiful video of 1913 of pilot boarding onto the WhatsApp group. You can see that video. It's a beautiful video.
So the next question is by Sahil. He's asking, is the pilot ladder prepared when the pilot is approaching, or we get them from the certain authorities?
See, pilot ladder is the equipment which used to be earlier manufactured on board vessel, but now the pilot ladder is manufactured ashore by a certified manufacturer, who also has to get the pilot ladder certified with respect to the strength, with respect to the equipment particulars, and there is the ISO standard 799, ISO 799, which is applicable to the pilot ladder manufacturing. So pilot ladders are now supplied to the ships from shore, and they are rigged up before the pilot boards by the ship's crew onto the overside as per the requirement of pilot. What is the pilot requirement? The height of the pilot ladder from the water level. That is the requirement. That's why it has to be rigged only after the contract is established with the pilot station and pilot is about to board.
So the next question is by Dinesh, who's asking if you could tell or give a brief idea about the Industry 4.0 measures.
There are many measures. You can Google yourself and find out, because if I tell you, then it will be like giving the answers to the question. There are many measures. You have Industry 4.0. When you say Industry 4.0, it's all artificial intelligence and your machine learning, deep learning has come into that. So you can use those measures and probably dispense with the pilot ladder and pilot also. But feasibility very important. When you say about autonomous ships is one of the like they have come with the idea, but the trials are still going on and we still have a long drawn kind of a this thing for them. So we don't know when the autonomous ships will come and what will happen, whether people will lose jobs and things like that. So when you suggest a measure like that, feasibility and practical applicability ka, just think about it.
So the next question is by Jitu, who is asking, what is the maximum height of a pilot ladder?
Height of a pilot ladder. See, the pilot ladder height depends upon the freeboard. Freeboard is the height of the ship side above the water line up to the main thing. Okay. So pilot ladder, when you say pilot to climb the pilot ladder, the maximum height he can climb is only 9 meters. Thereafter, he has to go on to a slant ladder, which is called as a combination gangway. Okay. So pilot ladder can be of 20-meter length also. That's no problem. But you rig up the pilot ladder. Pilot cannot climb 20 meters on the ship side. Pilot can only climb maximum 9 meters, which is, of course, a decided factor on calculations of the fall, fatigue, human, muscle fatigue and things like that. So pilot ladder, I mean, depending upon the ship's height actually, because pilot ladder has the top end has to be secured on deck. Anything else?
The next question is by Ritik, who is asking, should we follow the current ISO standards or can we deviate a bit from them?
If you find, see, I mean, of course, the SOLAS gives you a description as to how the pilot ladder should be. ISO standards give you, I mean, IMO resolution 1045 gives you what are the peculiarities of pilot ladder, rigging and maintenance and things like that. And ISO gives you a manufacturing process. You read through them. If you find something which can be improved upon, you can include that as well as one of the innovations. So it's not only about the equipment; it's also about the procedures. It's also about the manufacturing processes.
The next question is by Gokul, who is asking, can we alter the gangway also?
Yes, you can. You can suggest.
So next question is by Chum, who is asking, if a pilot ladder is attached or fixed to the hull, then how can it be a danger or it can be a hazard?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not attached. Unfortunately, it cannot be attached. I mean, it can be only attached on the top deck, and a portion of it is fixed onto the ship side by the magnetic kind of those sunken eyes or magnetic clamps. That is what the problem is. The pilot ladder has to be moving, to some extent because the pilot boat is moving down below. So when pilot ladder is completely attached, like you will say you want to build a iron ladder instead of pilot ladder, then it will get damages when you go alongside or when you do a cargo operation. That's why there has to be a removable kind of ladder. Next.
So next question is, what is the approximate distance between each step of the pilot ladder?
It's given in SOLAS. You can read it. 400 ml. Don't ask questions on particular pilot ladder, guys. You can read that. You ask the questions about a competition. This is not a pilot ladder class.
So the next question is, will the judges be from Indian MTIs or from where will the judges exactly be?
Good question. I mean, I can differ from answering that, but still, anyway, since your inquisitive mind is there, let me answer that question. See, when we selected judges, 10 judges are there. So we selected judges who have relentlessly for last 20-25 years worked on pilot ladder, worked in the environment, been a pilot themselves, and understand and have tried to make a difference in this pilot world. So that has been criteria. We haven't considered anybody from MTI as such, for the as a judge. for simple reason that the MTI don't have the pilots working with them. In case they have also, probably, they are not worked relentlessly in this field. So all these guys are the pilot trainers, pilot experts, who have invented pilotage, started pilotage, done trainings of, thousands of guys, that those can evaluate ideas much better. Next.
So the next question is that who is responsible for any casualty to the pilot when he's on board or when he's trying to get on board?
Master of the vessel. Solas says so. Solas says responsibility of master.
So the next question is, if the idea which someone is proposing is a little bit expensive, will it be accepted?
See, the idea expensive, cheap is no criteria for this thing. The idea has to be feasible, has to be operationally feasible. That is the main criteria. So you can suggest an expensive idea, no problem. As long as it works, as long as it has to be an original idea. That's very important. One point I missed. It cannot be a copy-paste idea of some, you can take the statistics and facts and figures from the website. But the idea to mitigate that risk or mitigate the root cause has to be your original idea. It cannot be a copy-paste. So don't suggest an expensive idea which is already happening. Like jet suits, I told you the example of. The jet suits is already happening. That cannot be a idea in these research papers. Because already under trials now. You have seen the videos also.
So next question is, can you briefly tell a bit about the embarkation process that happens generally and what are the glitches in that?
Who's asking this question? Let me take his name.
So this is by Anil.
Anil, you got to read the umpteen YouTube videos and how the pilot boards a vessel, watch them. So I said this is a research paper, You got to research, not only search, research. Okay, research inside out. I can tell you in 5 lines, but I don't want to. Simply because, it's the same repetition of what I've said in my entire presentation.
So there are no more questions that are there in the chat.
Anyway, good. Is Dr. Sivakalondu here? Has he come? Shivansh? Did you see him?
No, sir, no.
Okay, then we'll close.
No, sir.
So since thank you very much, guys, and I'm very pleased to brief you on this occasion and on this subject, because this subject is very close to the heart of AMPA. And moreover, I'm happy that I could unite some of the minds. The very prominent shipping personalities are here. Thank you very much, Captain Shivangi, Captain Advani, Ajayji Yadav. If I miss somebody else, you can unmute yourself and speak if you want to. But I am not able to see the many names into the participant list. But thank you very much for attending and being a great support to AMPA for all this, innovations, innovative ideas and energy we bring in. There's a lot more to do in shipping, in Indian shipping. We recently are having a lot of discussions on the accident due to the storm. And of course, maritime fraternity is awake and alert onto these things. So we are into a changing into an alert maritime nation now. So this cannot happen without the help of media and the stalwarts like you in industry, who are not only faculties but also part of bringing change. Thank you so much. Captain Advani, few words.
No, perfectly, Captain Gajanan. It was really an excellent presentation. I mean, the tunnel for them to move on and bring up the innovative ideas, excellently presented by your slides. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Anybody else wants to say a few words? Captain Ajay Yadav, you want to say a few words?
Yes, sir. It was a very nice presentation. Excellent one. Now cadets have got better idea what is to be done, and I say that hats off to you that you think you are out of the box, that giving that research paper to the boys who have never seen a pilot ladder. That will be a good innovation for us.
Every idea is very stupid in the beginning. Steve Jobs had no idea that people will, put thousand songs in pocket and move around. When people had tape recorders, people had Walkman,
Yes.
people had CD player. I mean, never thing was there. But then Steve Jobs decided one fine day he will
Yes.
put thousand songs in your pocket. And you see the mobile has been such an innovation great. So
Yeah.
I'm sure, there are a lot of Steve Jobs in
Yes.
these boys. We just
Yes,
don't,
definitely will get a better.
we just don't give
Even
them that fan air.
Even I'm getting the calls. Yes, I'm getting the calls from the cadets in the night 11 o'clock. I get the call. Sir, I want to discuss something about the pilot.
Good, sir. Shivangi is there. You want to say a few words? I think he's left. No, he's there.
Yes, I am very much there. I have been there throughout. And Captain Gajanan, I think you have done an excellent initiative in this particular project, and you have been very, very active in the pilot projects per se, not only in India but globally. So hats off to you. And I'm sure whatever the you have already mentioned, I think it's much more than elaborate, I would say. Now let the cadets, let them put their minds and explore rather than we trying to feed them. Even though I am a mentor for a few of my teams, I'm going to allow them to do what they want. I might just guide them on a couple of things rather than me trying to be the participant. So I will say all the best to everybody, and that's it. Let's have a great session.
Thank you very much. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Devarati and the core team, Shubham, Shivansh. And I am you, cadets are core team members, and they are really doing fantastic job. So I'm very happy about that because they are also learning how to organize a competition. So that's more of a learning for them as well. And for me also as well. So thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye, sir.